where does trust ultimately come from? Because many people say things like, I can't trust myself, or there's a feeling of mistrust in my life. You may have been through an adverse childhood experience where you had a good reason not to trust someone else. Or maybe you were made to think you couldn't trust your intuition or your conviction by someone else who, out of fear, wanted to protect themselves from their own pain. Maybe you've started to investigate the content of your thoughts and you realize sometimes they seem to be relatively positive or accurate, but a lot of the time, reality turns out to be completely different to what you initially thought. It seems like your own thoughts can't even be trusted. And if you're the sense of self in the thinking, doing the thinking, then the question can arise, well, how can I trust myself? There appears to be this sense of self that can make the right or wrong choice, who can get it wrong, who can totally fuck up. On the relative level, it is helpful to have people you can relatively trust, people you can feel vulnerable around, people you feel you can tell the truth to, people you can rely on for support. But some people just don't feel they have anyone like that in their life right now, or at least not many people. Or you may have had the experience of people who you feel you can trust sometimes, but then appear to break your trust. And then maybe you realize people come and go. Relationships are born and end. People appear and then appear to disappear. In fact, everything in the world of form has entropy. Everything appears and disappears, everything changes, everything decays. And so it seems nothing can be truly trusted. It seems like there's nothing to hold on to. And the only thing left to do is to let go. But how do I let go? How do I trust? See clearly that everything in the world of form has changed. All of your thoughts, feelings, and sensations, everything you could ever experience has changed, right? But there's one thing that's never changed. There's one thing that's always been with you, and that's the fact that you are aware. It's the fact that you are. Everything you could ever be aware of has changed, but the fact that you are aware has always stayed the same. It's always been with you, and it will never leave you. Everything appears within it. Everything is born and dies within it, or more accurately, as it. Everything on the level of form is unstable and impermanent in nature. So why ultimately place your trust there? Why not place your trust in the one thing that's stable, the one thing that's never left you, the one thing that will never leave you? Yourself. Your true self. Not the mind-made sense of self in the thinking, not the concept of being a body or a mind or the belief in being a separate, limited entity, but this already whole, complete isness of what is. That's where true trust ultimately comes from. It's where your intuition comes from. It's where you are already. It's who you are. What if ultimately you don't have to trust yourself, because ultimately you are trust, you are openness, this is your nature? Then it's just a case of releasing any stuck emotions that are blocking the trust that you are from being fully felt in the body, because you may know yourself as this trusting, open space of awareness. But you may have characters living in your body that don't trust because of a childhood where you felt like You couldn't trust. And those survival patterns can run subconsciously because the body-mind system made an emotional connection between certain people, things, or situations, and a feeling of mistrust, a feeling of fear. And there can be emotional healing work to do to unblock on an emotional level what you now understand on the absolute level. Integrating the trust that you see yourself to be on the level of the body and mind is a process that happens in time. And knowing yourself as the stable, ever-present awareness that you are is the perfect foundation. And that concludes the video. Just a quick announcement, a few more slots have opened up for the free one-to-one with me or one of my team to see if you'd be a good fit for the Awaken Aware program. It's a program which includes one-to-ones with me to help you release old anxieties, negative thinking patterns, fears, and to integrate trust and awakening. If you're interested in that, head over to speaktoalex.com, where there'll be a quick quiz to fill in telling me about your current challenges, your current desires, and then you can choose a day and time for us to speak about overcoming your challenges. That's speaktoalex.com. I hope this video helped. See you in the next video. Peace and blessings. Love you all. Peace.